Hello, today I'm in a village called Millisle in Northern Ireland, and I'm next to the sea. I'm Andy, and as you know, here we are in Millisle. This is my dad, Roy.
Hi.
And I'm just going to ask him about living in Millisle. First of all, where is Millisle?
Millisle is on what we call the Ards Peninsula, which is just south of the Bangor area in Northern Ireland.
Is it a town or a village?
You can call it both, really. There's about 3,000 people, so
Okay.
you call it what you will.
Okay, so maybe closer to a village, perhaps, yeah?
It was always regarded as
Yeah.
a village, and then they built some new houses with 1,000 people coming in.
Okay.
And kind of altered it a bit.
Okay, so what's the population of Millisle then? I mean, if you know.
Well, it's about 3,000 now.
Yeah, about 3,000. Okay, so yeah, it's still quite a small population. And how long have you been living in Millisle?
17 years and a half now.
That's quite a long time, isn't it? You're not from Millisle, are you? Where are you from?
From Blackpool in England,
Yeah.
but I'd happened to marry an Irish wife, and
Okay.
that's how it started.
Okay. So mum is from Northern Ireland, yeah?
She is indeed.
Yeah, she was born in Belfast, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. And then you were born in Blackpool, so that makes me half English and half Northern Irish, doesn't it?
It does, rather.
Yeah.
With some Chinese connections because you were born in Taiwan.
Right. Exactly. So you moved to Millisle nearly 20 years ago, and what it's like? What has it been like living here then?
It's been good, really. It's a lovely place to be because we sitting here in my living room, I can look straight out over the sea.
There's a view of the sea beyond the camera there.
Yes, so even in the times
Yeah.
of lockdown, I could just go straight out the gate and have a lovely coastal walk. So I couldn't grumble about that.
Great. So you can go for coastal walks. You're retired, aren't you? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
long retired, yes.
Yeah. What are the people like around here?
They're really quite friendly.
Yeah.
Whereas in England, if you went for a walk, maybe nobody would want to say anything to you. Here they'll all smile and say hello. And
Right, that's right. Yeah, they say hello to you
Yeah.
when you meet strangers in the.
that's right. It's a whole different
walking,
world, really.
Yeah, around, which is very different to London because obviously in London nobody does that. People don't say hi to each other when they're walking past each other in the street. People would probably think you're a bit strange if you did that in London.
Which is very sad, really. And people don't seem to hold it against me that I'm English and not Irish.
Yeah, which is.
They just accept me for who I am.
So, what about your neighbours, the people that live near you?
We tend to be a group of people who have lost a partner, and so there's quite a number of us who are single.
Okay.
So the ladies on both sides of me lost their husbands, who were roughly my age.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a little bit worrying.
Yeah, yeah. How's it different from, say, living in places in England that you've lived in? Maybe.
Well, when I've been in England, I've been there as a clergyman,
Right.
helping to run a parish. So people have seen me with that kind of professional side of me.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here, I'm just a retired guy. I have
Yeah.
preached in various churches, but that's not my main job. I'm retired really, and I've got free time.
Just going back to Millisle, so it's not very big, is it? It's not a very big
No.
place. So you've got there's a high street, haven't you? What's on the high? Well, not high street, but there's a main road, isn't there?
The main road is mainly shops,
Mainly shops,
but also
okay.
churches as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite, considering it's such a small place. I mean, how many churches are there?
There's the Baptist Church and the Presbyterian, the
Yeah.
Anglican,
Yeah.
and also the Elim one.
Yeah.
But there's also a house church appeared called Living Waters fairly recently. So that makes it 5 of us.
Five churches.
For one small place, yeah.
I filmed some shots of what it was like outside this house just
Yeah.
before people were watching this. They saw
Yeah.
what it was like outside.
Yeah.
I think it's a place of very natural beauty.
We're very fortunate
Yeah.
really to live here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going further down the Arts Peninsula, it's very unspoilt. It's not what you'd expect tourists all to go and look at. Just
Yeah.
a bit of ordinary coast with plenty of history to it.
Could you give us an example maybe of one place that would be interesting for tourists to visit but isn't so well known?
Well, some people would like to see Portaferry, which is way down at the bottom of the peninsula.
Yeah.
It's where you would get the ferry if you were going across to the other part of County Down. But
Yeah.
it has history to it. It has a nice bit of coast. And what we're hoping to do tomorrow is to go to a place just round the coast that has lots of very old buildings.
Yes, old
And
fishing village.
It's really got a
Yeah.
good taste of history about it.
Yeah.
And that's all within this peninsula.
And there's also sort of more famous things like, was it Giant's Causeway?
Yes, Giant's Causeway
Yeah.
is not actually on this peninsula, it's just a bit further up the coast.
Okay.
But we do have, in a place called Grey Abbey, as the name suggests,
Yeah.
an ancient abbey where the Lord of the Manor used to own hundreds of years ago, and we still have a Lord of the Manor who comes to that church to worship.
So are they like aristocrats?
You can call them that, yes.
Yeah. Or nobility?
Yeah. But they're very ordinary to talk to.
Yeah.
I get on well with them.
Yeah, interesting. I think Game of Thrones was filmed in various parts of Northern Ireland as well, wasn't it?
Yes, not these parts here, but further north. Up in the north, just south
Yeah.
of Derry, there's a village there that has trees on both sides of the road. So driving there, you would sort of drive through get the shade that the trees give you. But it was getting far too busy because of people had seen that program and they came and they wanted to see the area for themselves.
Yeah, of
and
course,
it was
of
just
course.
all jammed with people.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, one more thing to recommend if you came to visit Northern Ireland, what would you recommend people to do?
Well, we mentioned Giant's Causeway, which is a very popular spot with so much history behind it.
Yeah.
And the idea is the what looks like kind of big stepping stones.
Yeah.
There's some similar ones on the Scottish coast as well. And there's a legend that you could walk right across from one to the other with these giants in the past. But
Great.
I take that with a pinch of salt. But you get all sorts of strange stories of history from that area.
Okay, interesting. Well, great. Thanks, Dad, very much for doing the interview.
My pleasure.
Okay, thanks very much, guys. Bye for now.
Bye.